So why does your website suck? Well, it can be for a number of reasons. Today I'm going to show you how to get more visitors and how to convert those visitors into sales. Howdy everyone, I'm Kiram from Massive Effect Marketing. This is us, massiveeffectmarketing.com. We've been doing SEO since 2003. Very few web companies have been around for that long. All right, enough of the introduction. Let's get started. All right, so we're on a personal training website. Here we are. Let's talk about design. Well, there's not a whole lot. We just looked at the whole design, just like that. What should it be like? Well, it basically needs to be completely redone. But first things first, this header section and navigation section is taking up too much real estate. It's taking up half the screen. Next, you want it to be nice and small, like this guy. Nice and small, little logo, little navigation. That's fine. This isn't the selling point. This isn't what you should be getting the prospect's attention on. You know, this isn't what we're actually trying to do. What you're trying to do is communicate what you do for what audience and how it benefits them and what they need to do next. Not the name of your company, actually. So yeah, you should have the name of your company, but keep it small, put it up over here. Instead, what you need to do is give that unique selling proposition, and that's what I'm talking about. You would overlay it on top of this photo right here. Literally overlay it on the photo. Put the text over the photo. We help audience X achieve desired result Y with product Z. All right, in X amount of time. Sure, and click here to, call to action right here. That's what this needs to be. It needs to be more of a funnel and less of a business card. Right now, it's like a flyer, basically. You got to make this into a funnel. So that would be something to do. Next, I want to see some trust elements. All right. I want to see some trust logos. It could be certifications. It could be licenses, memberships of associations. It could be partnerships. It could be awards like Yelp or Angie's List, etc., etc. But we need some third-party confirmation. We need some recognition that this is a real company. All right, and trust logos can help with that. All right, so this whole initial screen here needs to be redone. We call this above the fold. As soon as we scroll down, we're below the fold. So as I just described, this whole thing has to get redone. Let's scroll down, and we're all done, but we're talking about services right away, whereas I would prefer an introduction. Okay, you got to introduce yourself. I always prefer an introduction before the services. They should put, a picture of their gym, wherever it is, and their lead instructor or instructors, the team, whatever it is. I want to make sure this is a real company. You got to build trust. People don't do businesses with people. People do businesses with people, right? People do business with people. And if I don't get that, it's not abundantly clear that this is a real person and it's a real company, I'm not going to have that extra amount of trust. You have to build it up. Also, they don't have a security certificate, so that's going to be another thing that I'm kind of not feeling too good about. Even though it's very small, it will create a psychological impact. There's no reason to not have one. You want to build trust, you want to have a nice one like that. So let's get that company introduction, who we are. Don't be shy. If you're worried about your privacy, well, in 2020 you can't be worried about that anymore. You got to show that you're a real company. Then yeah, they can put their services. That's fine. This is fine. And then it ends though. It needs to keep going. It needs to be very deep. We need another section. We need to talk about the prospect's pain points. People doing fitness. Are you tired of being fat? Are you sick of being unhealthy? You need to really talk directly to the prospect. You need to talk about their problem. You need to push them, get their attention, and tell them that they have a problem and you have the solution. All right, problem solution. They need a problem section and a solution section. Then they need an objection section. What are some reasons why someone wouldn't want to do personal training? Oh, it's too hard, or it costs too much money. I've never gotten results before. They need to talk about objections. That'd be a really good section next. Also, they're missing testimonials. I don't see a testimonial section. That's super important for building trust. People giving a testimonial, picture of the person, a real client, not an actor, with that testimonial is going to go very far in building trust because you can see them. Video is also really good for that as well. Another thing we're missing at the bottom of the page here is a call to action, like a form. Request a free fitness consultation, whatever it is. I hit the bottom of the site, I'm done. What do I do next? I don't know. Click the back button, close it. You need to give a meaningful direction for the next step, and that should be a contact form. So let's get one of those added. So there's basically everything missing with this design, except for this section, services. This section is good. What are some other things we can look at? Let's press Control U. Let's look at some SEO stuff. So up here, you see this text up here. That's called the title. All right, up here. And it's extremely important in the eyes of Google. It tells Google what the page is about. Every page needs to have the title uniquely written for that page. All right. It needs to be under 60 characters. And it should talk about what the page is about. In this sense, they put home. You should never do that. They should delete that. They've got the name of the company, which is great. And they've got their search phrase they're trying to rank for. Exercise, fitness, personal training, and then 2 cities. Pretty darn good. I would delete the whole connection because it's not a keyword. And then I would delete home because this title is actually too long and it's going to get cut by Google and they actually won't get the benefit of all these words, just so you know. If you put too many in, Google will cut it off and you won't get that benefit. So that needs to be trimmed down a bit. Otherwise, you do Control F, type in H1. They don't have a heading 1. Heading 1 is basically like a heading. You've seen them. These are like subheadings, little headings. Page needs a big heading. It's the most important piece of text on the page in Google's eyes. So you've got to get a heading 1 put on this page. And it should summarize the page as well. Additionally, there's just not enough text. Google runs on text. When Google is weighing a site, one of the things it's looking at is amount of text, amount of content. It needs to be original, written by you. It can't be from Wikipedia, right? It needs to be useful text. It needs to solve a problem. It can't just be paragraphs of keywords, right? So this site is really lacking in text, right? We need to get 500 words on every page, including the home page. This page is doing kind of decent with text, but we need much more. Google doesn't put a 5-page website at the top. You can't dominate with a 5-page website, all right? I mean, these 2 pages are just contact forms. So it's got 4 pages, not enough text. They really need to double down, 500 words per page, and get a blog going over here and write about fitness every week. Hey, there's so much you can write about in fitness. They need to be writing every week. Blogging is not dead. That's how they can differentiate themselves and get up in Google, by creating fresh content every month, creating more content than their competitors. That's how a small business serving a local area can dominate in Google's, by creating more content than their competitors, week in, week out. Google will take notice, and then you'll rock and roll. So there's a lot of things wrong with this site. I want you to learn from these mistakes, apply what you saw today to your site so you can convert more visitors into sales, more traffic into customers. If you want your website to be properly SEO'd, then just come on down to massiveeffectmarketing.com and send us a message. We've been at it for nearly 2 decades and we only employ 100% ethical SEO techniques, which is why we've been around for so long. So don't be shy, just reach out to us, send us a message, and let us know if there's anything we can do for you.